I just walked through a house built in 1952. You know what? The original linoleum floors still looked incredible. Meanwhile, most homeowners are replacing their luxury finishes every 5 years. I'm Blake. Welcome back to Built by Becker. And after 20 years and over 500 projects, I've seen which finishes actually stand the test of time and which ones are just expensive marketing. Today, we're talking about materials that will literally outlast you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which finishes to choose if you want to install something once and never think about it again. Hit that subscribe button for more honest home advice and stick around to the end, because I'll show you exactly how I can help you navigate through these choices for your specific project. There's a better way than just hoping Pinterest knows what's durable. Now let's dive in. Here's what nobody in the home improvement industry wants to tell you. The most durable finishes aren't the trendy ones. They're not the ones with the biggest marketing budgets or the flashiest Instagram campaigns. They're the workhorses that have been quietly doing their job for decades, while everything else cycles in and out of style. People drop tens of thousands on their kitchens, chasing all the latest and greatest materials. And then, a few years later, boom! Quartz countertops chipped, hardwood showing wear, and grout looks like it went through war. Meanwhile, grandmother's home that was built in 1960 with sheet linoleum and laminate countertops still going strong. And more importantly, which materials will still be standing when it's time to hand that house down to the next generation? So let's start with something that's going to surprise you. Stainless steel fixtures. Now I know what you're saying, Blake, stainless steel isn't exactly exciting, but here's the thing, it's highly resistant to scratches, corrosion, and tarnishing due to its composition, which includes a minimum of 10.5% chromium. See that? I can talk science stuff too. But all right, let's get serious. I've installed stainless steel faucets and cabinet hardware in homes that are absolutely brutalized by kids, pets, and daily life, and they still look pristine 15 years later. Compare that to brushed brass or oil rub bronze, which starts showing wear within months. The secret is stainless steel requires minimal maintenance and won't tarnish or corrode under humidity and other extreme weather conditions. Next up, this one's going to blow your mind. Sheet linoleum. Not vinyl, actual linoleum. Most people don't even know the difference anymore. But real linoleum is made from natural materials like linseed oil, cork dust, and wood flour. With proper sealing, linoleum floors can be expected to last up to 40 years, more than double the lifespan of vinyl flooring. Crazy part? Linoleum is naturally antimicrobial and gets harder as it ages. I've seen linoleum floors from the 1940s that look better than luxury vinyl planks installed in the last 10 years. The color goes all the way through the material, so even if it gets scratched, you don't see damaged layers underneath like you do with these new vinyl planks. Now, let's talk about tiles, specifically porcelain tile for your main living areas, kitchens, and baths. Porcelain tile's durability is at a high level because it's produced at higher temperatures and pressure. If you're wondering how durable porcelain tile is, know that some of the most durable flooring types include these that are made from fired clay. Porcelain can last 50 years in residential settings, and I've seen it go even longer. The beauty of porcelain is that it's non-porous, stain resistant, crack resistant, and water resistant. It's the perfect for high traffic areas because it's resistant to wear and breakage. I've installed porcelain tiles in commercial kitchens and seen thousands of people walk across them daily, and they're still looking new after a decade. Here is another sleeper hit that's having a moment. SPC flooring, stone plastic composite flooring. It's made from a blend of natural limestone powder, polyvinyl chloride, and stabilizers. With proper care and maintenance, SPC flooring can last anywhere from 20 to 25 years. The stone plastic composite is more rigid and dense than traditional vinyl, making it super tough and less prone to dents. What I love about SPC is that it's 100% waterproof. Unlike laminate flooring, which can handle some moisture, but it isn't truly waterproof, it can handle high traffic and heavy wear because of its rigid core. It installs easily over uneven subfloors. The wear layer thickness matters here. Look for at least 12 mils, but 20 mils is even better for high traffic areas.
Hey guys, Blake from Built by Becker, and we have just finished up the assembly of this Japanese joinery bed headboard edition.
It's quiet. It's solid, and it uses traditional Japanese joinery design. The kind of craftsmanship where each wooden piece is cut into interlock perfectly with another.
Now, you've seen in the previous video how we put together this amazing bed frame with ease, with no moving parts other than a couple screws. And so now we've gone ahead and we've taken out the existing legs, added in the legs that adapt to the headboard. With only 4 pieces and a handful of Allen wrench screws, we were able to add this headboard in less than 5 minutes. And look at the difference that this makes. This Japanese joinery bed with the headboard is an absolute delight to look at, and I couldn't be more impressed with how simple and efficient it is to put together. And the sturdiness and the strength is absolutely amazing. Check it out with it all decorated with the pillows and the blankets now. The beauty of this, the sleekness, how it hugs the wall. These are all the key points that this FlexiSpot Japanese joinery bed has to offer. The amazing walnut color, the other color options, and its ease of use and installation make it Built by Becker approved.
Now let's get into paint, because this is where most people completely screw up their durability. The sheen matters more than the brand. Semi-gloss paint is more washable than satin finishes and is formulated to withstand wear. It can also resist moisture, fading, and stains. The glossiness of the paint doesn't only add sheen to the finish, but it also increases the durability. High gloss paints are the easiest to clean and are typically used on doors and cabinets exposed to dirt and oil. They're obviously the toughest, most durable, and the most stain resistant of all finishes. For walls, I typically recommend satin or semi-gloss in high traffic areas and kitchens. The key is understanding that the higher sheen equals more durability, but it also shows imperfections more readily. Okay, so next, here's something that's going to shock the granite crowd. Squared laminate countertops. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Modern laminate has come a ridiculously long way from your grandmother's Formica. High pressure laminates today are embedded with cellulose layers that solidify under heat and pressure, giving them a serious scratch resistance. A laminate countertop can last 10 to 30 years before it needs replacement. With proper care, you can extend a high quality laminate to 20 years. The key is choosing squared edges instead of fancy profiles. They're less likely to chip and easier to repair if needed. Plus, at a fraction of the cost of stone, you could replace them entirely and still come out financially ahead. The secret with laminate is maintenance. Don't use it as a cutting board. Always use trivets for hot items and clean spills immediately. Do that and modern laminate will surprise you with its durability. And finally, let's talk about sealed concrete. This one's not for everyone, but if you're looking for something that literally outlasts you, this is it. A properly installed concrete floor, sealed and maintained, can last a century. And that's not hype. That's documented performance. Polished concrete floors can last 15 to 20 years or more before needing any refinishing. And the actual concrete underneath can handle another 80 years beyond that. Sealed concrete floors can last anywhere from 5 to 10 years before needing a new coat of sealer. But the concrete itself is practically indestructible. The beauty of concrete is its thermal mass. It helps regulate temperature naturally, potentially reducing energy cost, and it's also incredibly low maintenance once it's properly sealed. Daily dust mopping and weekly cleaning with pH neutral solutions is basically all it needs. Now, as mentioned in the previous video, it is a little cold on the feet, but that's the only setback. Now, if I've learned anything in my years of installing thousands of these materials, it's that durability isn't just about the material itself, it's about choosing the right material for the right application and maintaining it properly. You wouldn't want to put sheet linoleum in a shower, just like you wouldn't want to use laminate countertops in an outdoor kitchen. Understanding the limitation of each material is just as important as understanding their strengths. I also want to address the elephant in the room, cost. Yes, some of these materials cost more upfront, but when you calculate costs per years of use, they're almost always cheaper than the budget alternatives that you need replacing every few years. Take the SPC flooring versus cheap vinyl planks. The SPC might cost twice as much initially, but if it lasts 25 years compared to 5 years for the cheap stuff, you're looking at 1/5 of the actual cost. Plus, you avoid the hassle and the expense of replacement. So what should you take away from all of this? First, don't assume expensive means durable. Some of the most expensive finishes are actually the most maintenance intense and shortest lived. Second, pay attention to the technical specs. These things like mill thickness on flooring wear layers, PEI ratings on porcelain tiles, and the actual composition of your materials matter more than brand names. Third, consider your lifestyle. If you have kids and pets and busy household, choose materials that can handle the reality. There's no point in installing something beautiful if you're going to have to spend the next decade stressed out about protecting it. And finally, think long term. The slightly more expensive option that lasts 3 times longer isn't more expensive. It's a bargain. Your future self will thank you for choosing durability over trends. The best part about all of these materials is that they are available now. They're proven. And they don't require you to be an early adopter of some unproven technology. These are time-tested solutions that have been quietly working in homes for decades and across the world. Look, I get it. Choosing finishes can feel overwhelming, and the options out there, so many. But sometimes the best choice is the one that lets you install it and forget about it for the next 20 years. So which one of these durable finishes are you considering for your next project? If you're feeling stuck on how to navigate these choices for your specific situation, check out my website below. I put together something that can really help. I've got a few design helps and a chat GPT that responds just like I do. And it can help you with any question or any plan that you want to do for a design or a renovation. I also have a complete makeover planner that walks you through every decision from start to finish. There's a budget tool that'll help you calculate long-term cost. I mention this so that you can see the real value of choosing durability over a cheap alternative. It's perfect. If you're planning your first big project and want to avoid the expensive mistakes that I see homeowners make all the time, check that website out below. It could save you thousands and lots of headaches down the road. So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.